Hey YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. I want to thank you guys for joining me. It's Friday night, it's late. I wanted to quickly put a video out there. One, I actually want to send out a prayer to all the folk living in Southern California who are suffering with these massive wildfires. It's supposed to be rainy season right now in California, so hopefully the rain picks up. I want to talk about the California housing market because I have a feeling, like I'm feeling this, and I know this is going to happen, that the insurances are going to start going up. Insurance is going to start rising, going up, increasing, and mixed with housing insurance is going to go up because of the fires and stuff, and it's just an anomaly that no one could really control, and insurance companies need to cover their nut. So household debt right now in California is just so out of control. People are eating off credit cards. A majority of people, I'm saying, are eating off credit cards and living off credit. And a lot of people bought off the coattails of their second and third mortgages. But now, because of the month-over-month decline that's been happening, there's a huge month-over-month decline. Sorry, I gotta put my elbow down. There's a month-over-month decline, and it's been putting a lot of people underwater. And that's been a problem for a lot of people living in California. So there's, since October, small percentage declines, but it's adding up right now. A $500,000 home now is $450,000, and it's going to keep going. And these increments add up, especially if your debt ceiling in your second mortgage, if you went right to the debt ceiling and just took what you had in equity, you're in trouble now. So that's a really big problem. And you guys need to understand, I think this, especially in California, it's going to be one of the biggest crashes in history for real estate, bigger than 2008. It's going to make 2008 look like nothing. You know why? Because now this was heavily manipulated. It's a heavy manipulated market, right? And especially during the free money era, during the Obama administration, during the free money era and stuff. So, in my opinion, it's a very heavily manipulated cycle. That's a story for another day we could discuss. I could probably do it in trends in the housing market. Sorry, I'm just really tired, but I really want to get this out there. And right now, what are they doing? They're blaming Trump, as usual. They're blaming Trump now for the realtors are blaming Trump for the tax act that he's implementing in California. And that's another problem too. The tax act needs to raise taxes there because, I guess, service the economy, if that makes any sense. And the month-over-month declines, insurance rates for housing going up. I think it's just a mix or a brew just a mix of brew for the perfect storm for a housing crash, decline, whatever you want to call it. And what's happening recently, and I'm watching the California news, is that the mainstream media is misinforming the public and painting it or showing it or connecting the wrong dots and showing it that it's been going up instead, which is really bad because you depend on the mainstream media to be your watchdog and to give you an update news-wise on what is really happening. And what they're doing is they've been connecting the wrong dots and misinforming a lot of people in California. But there's month-over-month declines, and like I said, a lot of people are currently right now sitting underwater. They owe more than what the property is worth. And that's a huge problem, people. Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there because especially with what's going on in California right now, I'm just kind of bringing the topics off the top of my head and what I've been seeing happening and kind of compiling it into one 5-minute discussion. But California is a perfect storm, and it's going to be huge. There's going to be a huge swing or cycle, if you want to call it. And I'm projecting California to be in a lot of hot water by February 2018, and you got a lot of people walking away from mortgages and homes, and that's how I feel. I don't want this to happen, but housing's been just so far out of whack for the longest time, and there needs to be some sort of correction. Anyways, I want to send a prayer out to all the people living in California. Hopefully they could recuperate from these fires and find a way, hopefully the rain season comes quicker. Hopefully things get taken care of in a professional manner. But like I said, let's see what happens, because all the big crashes, not the 2008, but the major crashes, those weren't manipulated. These are manipulated, and bailouts are going to come in. I'm just really, really concerned, right? And maybe this correction has been due for mankind for the last 67 years. I think this is something we should embrace, and something maybe that's going to correct for our children and grandchildren and help them build a life for themselves. Anyways, I'm talking too much. Have a good Friday night. I'm going to bed. Good night, people.